A very good morning, viewers. It's 6 a.m. and you're watching Republic TV. I'm Deepak Suresh Kumar. This is Quick Morning, your one-stop destination for all the top stories from the length and breadth of the nation and also from across the world and across different sectors. So let's start with the top updates coming in from across the country. Parliament's budget session resumes today amid indications of an epic showdown between government and the opposition. The opposition is planning to raise issues such as alleged manipulation of electoral rolls, the fresh bout of violence in Manipur, and also India's handling of the Trump administration. The focus of the government will be on getting Parliament nod for the demands for grants of completion of the budgetary process, seeking approval for the Manipur budget and the passage of the WAQF amendment bill. On the second leg of the upcoming Parliament session, BJP MP Dinesh Sharma has said that there will be discussion on the Income Tax Bill 2025 WAQF bill. He also said that this is a transparent government and for the House to run for so many days so that everyone and every issue can be discussed very seriously and the government can find a solution if the opposition does not disrupt it.
लोक सभा और राज्य सभा में तमाम ये बजट सत्र है ना, तो इसमें आयकर का संशोधन बिल भी है, वक्फ पर भी है, रेल के संदर्भ में अलग अलग मदों के संदर्भ में चर्चा। मैं समझता हूं कि ये पारदर्शी सरकार है और इसमें इतने अधिक दिन सदन इसीलिए चलता है कि एक एक विषयों पर बड़ी गंभीरता से चर्चा भी हो और उसका समाधान भी निकले।
As the budget session resumes, opposition TMC is tightening its belt to pull up the government over the alleged tampering with the voters' lists in West Bengal. TMC Supremo and Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has accused the BJP of running a data firm to tamper the voter list of the state by including its supporters from other states. The party is also sending a 10-member team of its MPs to the Election Commission to lodge the complaint. Party MP Professor Sugata Roy has said that the party will issue and raise this in the budget session along with the WAQF report matter.
अभी तो बजट ठंडा है, लेकिन ये वोटर लिस्ट को लेके वो जो डुप्लीकेट वोटर हुआ उसके लिए हम लोग तो चढ़ाएगा, बहुत हीट जनरेट होगा। उसका अलावा भी जब भी वाकफ बोर्ड के बारे में जॉइंट पार्लियामेंट्री कमेटी का रिपोर्ट आएगा तब भी बहुत गड़बड़ होगा।
Normal life in Kuki-dominated areas of Manipur was affected as Kuki-Zo groups enforced the indefinite shutdown to protest a security crackdown. The situation remained tense but calm in Kangpokpi district, where clashes with security forces on Saturday resulted in one protester death and over 40 of them suffering injuries. Protesters burnt tires, blocked roads, and they used boulders to block them and urged people to stay indoors. The unrest was sparked after security forces used tear gas shells to disperse the demonstrators opposing the free movement directive issued by Union Home Minister Amit Shah. Controversy erupted at Jadavpur University after Azad Kashmir graffiti has appeared on the campus. The BJP accused the TMC of enabling anti-national forces while student groups remain divided on the issue. Reports suggest that anti-national slogans were also raised, triggering outrage. Authorities are investigating with BJP-backed student groups demanding strict action.
यहाँ इतना बड़ा यूनिवर्सिटी है, फेमस यूनिवर्सिटी, वेरी फेमस यूनिवर्सिटी, यहाँ एजुकेशन छोड़ के सब हो रहा है, एजुकेशन छोड़ के सब हो रहा है, टुकड़े टुकड़े गेम, कश्मीर मांगे आज़ादी, रैगिंग, ड्रग सब चलता है और सीपीएम टीएमसी एक साथ सेटिंग करके ये सब कर रहा है।
On the 16th day of the intense search operation, rescue teams brought out one dead body from inside the SLBC tunnel and shifted it to the PME to Nagar Karnool Hospital. The body was removed from inside the SLBC tunnel, which was found during the morning hours. The deceased has been identified as Gurmeet Singh, a native of Punjab, and the body has been shifted to the PME Nagar Karnool General Hospital. The tunnel collapse, which occurred on February 22nd, left 8 workers trapped inside. Since the collapse, 11 teams comprising over 300 personnel from the NDRF, SDRF and the Indian Army have been tirelessly working to locate the trapped workers. Now viewers, let's take a quick look at the top stories from the world of business. Beverage and snacks brand Pepsi is targeting to double its revenue in the next 5 years in India with aggressive investment to expand its capacity infrastructure. The Indian market is one of the top 3 markets where the multinational firm is experiencing double-digit growth. To boost its investment revenue and also capture a large consumer base, the company has already invested in greenfield plants in Uttar Pradesh and Assam and is planning to establish 2 more plants, including one in the south part of the nation. PepsiCo CEO for India and South Asia, Jagrut Kotecha, has said that India will be the engine growth of PepsiCo. Foreign investors continue to pull back money from the Indian equity market, withdrawing 24,753 crore rupees in the first week of March. The withdrawal comes amid escalating global trade tensions and lackluster corporate earnings. According to the data with the depositories, foreign portfolio investors or the FPIs offloaded shares worth 24,753 crore rupees from Indian equities in the month of March. This also marks the 13th consecutive week of net outflows. Since December 13, 2024, FPIs have offloaded equity shares to the tune of $17.1 billion. NSR, in collaboration with Talent 500, has released the second edition of its annual Women in Technology report. The 2025 report reveals a significant shift in workplace diversity initiatives and the growing confidence of women in AI adoption. However, the report highlights a growing need for structured mentorship and leadership development programs, with 58% of women reporting a lack of strong mentorship. The study draws insights from over 3,000 women professionals in IT, ITES, global capability centers, startups, and also product companies across India, offering a comprehensive look at the progress, challenges, and also priorities shaping the future of women in tech. Financial services firm Tata Capital is likely to file preliminary papers with markets regulator SEBI to raise over 17,000 crore rupees through an initial public offering. It will proceed only after getting the final approval from the NCLT for Tata Motors Finance merger with the company. The final order is awaited from the National Company Law Tribunal, which is expected to be closed by the end of this financial year. The proposed IPO would comprise 2.3 crore equity shares by way of a fresh issue, and also an offer of sale by certain existing stakeholders and shareholders, according to a disclosure made to the stock exchanges. Now, Tata Capital has already received its board approval to float the initial share sale. Higher appliances, India aims to achieve $2 billion in sales over the next 3 to 4 years, driven by high double-digit growth, expanding product categories, and increasing distribution channels. The company plans to invest over 1,000 crore rupees between 2024 and 2028 to establish new air conditioner production. Now viewers, let's tell you what's happening across the world and the top stories that are making the headlines. Syria's neighboring countries on Sunday called for the lifting of Western-led sanctions and post-war reconciliation. Foreign ministers of Turkey, Iraq, Jordan and Lebanon made these remarks alongside Syrian Foreign Minister Assad Hassan al-Shibani following a meeting in Amman. The meeting follows days of clashes between Syrian security forces and loyalists of ousted President Bashar Assad. Syria's new Islamist authorities under interim President Ahmad al-Shara have struggled to convince the US and Europe to lift sanctions in order to start rebuilding the country after 13 long years of war and reconcile with the Kurds in the northeast and also Druze in the south to exert state authority across the country. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau called American tariffs very dumb and said that US President Donald Trump is appeasing Russia while launching a trade war against Canada. Trudeau said that Canada is not booing Americans, American sports teams or American players. President Donald Trump, on the other hand, launched a trade war last Tuesday against America's 3 biggest trading partners, drawing immediate retaliation from Mexico, Canada and China. and sending financial markets into a tailspin.
Canadians are not angry at the American people for this. We don't have anything against Americans. Americans are our neighbors, our friends, our partners. We do things together. We've done things together for decades and generations. This is a policy decision by the American government designed to go after the Canadian economy.
Latvia's president has said that he believes the EU countries should consider conscription and as well as higher defense spending to counter the threat posed by Russia. He said Europe needed to concentrate on increasing its defense spending and building up its military capacity. He said Latvia was talking about raising its defense expenditure to 5% of GDP. Latvia, which has 274-kilometer border with Russia, voted to reintroduce a form of conscription for men after Russia invaded Ukraine.
We all understand that we do not have military capacity, but we also understand that we need to build it up. So my current suggestion would be, while I do see some differences with the United States when it comes to how to approach Ukraine, is to concentrate on our own task here in Latvia to raise defense expenditure. We are talking now about raising to 5%.
In former scam compounds across southeastern Myanmar, thousands of freed workers are stuck in a limbo, rescued from their previous lives as cyber scammers. Many are now awaiting to be repatriated. Last month, a dramatic and highly publicized operation by Thai, Chinese and Myanmar authorities led to the release of more than 7,000 people from locked compounds where they were forced to trick Americans and others out of their savings. But survivors have found themselves trapped once again, this time in overcrowded facilities with no medical care, limited food, and no idea when they'll be sent home.
There's so many people who are exploited, who come back with the hope that they'll be assisted. Families are torn apart. Some people come back with long-term needs. Some people might have medical needs, and it's really heartbreaking to see that there's such an immense amount of people that are in need of assistance.
Turkey called for a decrease in tensions in Syria and urged for cooperation between nations in the region to tackle the extremist Islamic State group and also affiliates of the banned Kurdistan Workers' Party or PKK. Turkey's top diplomat Hakan Fidan met with foreign ministers and top officials from Iraq, Jordan, Lebanon and Syria in Amman for talks on the region. He said it is important for the countries to come together and establish a strong platform and take steps. The meeting follows days of clashes between Syrian security forces and loyalists of ousted President Bashar Assad. The former president of Philippines, Rodrigo Duterte, visited Hong Kong this weekend with his daughter Sara Duterte, who is the current vice president of the Philippines. This visit comes amid concerns about whether the International Criminal Court might try to arrest the former president. This unannounced trip by former Philippine president to Hong Kong set off speculations that he may be trying to evade a possible arrest warrant by the International Criminal Court over his bloody crackdown on drugs while in power. Duterte and his daughter were the main speakers in a campaign rally at the Southern Stadium in the busy Wan Chai commercial district. In his speech, Duterte touched on news reports about ICC possibly issuing a warrant for his arrest and repeated that he was ready to be jailed. A second U.S. judge has halted the Trump administration's attempt to freeze federal funding for programs at odds with the Republican agenda, a move likely to face White House appeal. Since taking office, President Donald Trump has authorized sweeping cuts to billions of dollars in federal grants and loans allocated to state, local, and tribal governments for disaster relief, education, transportation, and other essential programs. The administration's funding freeze has sparked legal challenges and concerns from institutions that rely on federal support.
Universities across the United States are very worried about the cancellation of grants, the reduction in what we call indirect costs, which is really the administrative costs of build a lab, buy equipment, pay people. That's really going to hurt our missions.
Thousands of supporters greeted Nepal's former king Gyanendra Shah in Kathmandu on Sunday and demanded his abolished monarchy be reinstated and Hinduism brought back. As a state religion, an estimated 10,000 supporters of Gyanendra Shah blocked the main entrance to Kathmandu's Tribhuvan International Airport as he arrived from a tour of Western Nepal. Massive street protests in 2006 forced Gyanendra to give up his authoritarian rule, and 2 years later, the parliament voted to abolish the monarchy as Gyanendra left the royal palace to live the life of a commoner. But many Nepalis have grown frustrated with the republic, saying it has failed to bring about political stability. Rally participants said they were hoping for a change in the political system to stop the country from further deteriorating. Viewers, the Champions Trophy is coming back home after 12 long years of wait, and the celebrations that have erupted in Dubai, in India and across the world celebrating India's victorious moment. We'll get you all that and more in this quick roundup of the top sports stories. India sealed an unprecedented third Champions Trophy triumph with an unblemished record as Rohit Sharma combined his inherent freedom with steely resolve to inspire his side to a 4-wicket victory in a closely fought final against New Zealand. The spinners yet again dictating the terms. India won the trophy without losing a match, reflecting their dominance in the tournament which they won back in 2002 and 2013. No other team has won the event thrice. India held their nerves and beat New Zealand in a game that went right down to the wire, winning the Champions Trophy for a record third time. Prime Minister Narendra Modi led the nation in congratulating Team India, calling it an exceptional game, exceptional result. Chasing 252, India got off to a fast start thanks to Captain Rohit Sharma's half-century of the tournament, and this before KL Rahul hit an unbeaten 34 to help seal victory with 6 balls to spare in the final in Dubai. Rohit Sharma came to the Champions Trophy party when it mattered the most with his customary attack up-front approach in the final, which had the vote of the erstwhile team management helmed by Rahul Dravid and current one headlined by Gautam Gambhir. Rohit, who had a torrid time in the Test series in Australia, got back to form in his favourite format, and his 76 set the tone for India's 4-wicket victory in the finals against the Kiwis. India skipper Rohit Sharma on Sunday dismissed the speculations about his career after winning the ICC Champions Trophy, saying that he is not quitting the ODI format anytime soon. Since the tour of Australia, speculations were rife about Rohit's future in team as well as his position as the captain, but a match-winning 76 in the final against New Zealand has given him a new lease of life. New Zealand skipper Mitchell Santner had no qualms in admitting that his team lost to a better Indian side in the finals of the Champions Trophy on Sunday. Setting a target of 252, India completed the chase with 6 balls to spare after Rohit Sharma's fluent 76 and excellent bowling by Kuldeep Yadav and Varun Chakravarti. India lifted the Champions Trophy 2025. They started well with the ball, but Daryl Mitchell and Michael Bracewell played some good cricket, scoring a half-century each to help the Kiwis post a formidable 251 target in the first innings for India. The spinners once again dominated with Kuldeep Yadav and Varun Chakravarti picking up 2 wickets each. When it came to the chase, Rohit Sharma managed a blistering start, smacking 76 runs of 83 deliveries. Rohit was eventually adjudged player of the match for his terrific performance. With that, he became the only 4th captain to win player of the match in the final. Clive Lloyd received the award in the 1975 World Cup, followed by Ricky Ponting in 2003, MS Dhoni in 2011, and now Rohit has joined the list. Virat Kohli said his job is not just to win ICC trophies but also ensure that Indian cricket is at a better place when he walks into the sunset, as the team won a 3rd Champions Trophy title with a 4-wicket victory over New Zealand in Dubai. India completed a chase of 252 with 6 deliveries to spare. None of the members of the Pakistan Cricket Board were present during the presentation ceremony of the Champions Trophy final International Cricket Board Chairman Jay Shah was present with BCCI President Roger Binney, Secretary Dewajit Saikia and another member of the ICC board on the dais. PCB Chairman Mohsin Naqvi was absent from the show and neither did any other official attend despite them being the official host. Former cricketer Shoaib Akhtar was also surprised to see PCB missing the ceremony. He reminded that Pakistan were the host of the tournament and them not being there sends a wrong message. He asked the board members to think about that and added that he feels extremely let down to see them missing. Delhi Capitals will be without Harry Brooks' services for the second year in a row as the potential England captain has withdrawn from the 2025 edition of the IPL. Brooks did not take part in the 24th edition of IPL due to his grandmother's passing, but pulling out of the upcoming edition could see him getting banned from the tournament for 2 seasons. As per the new IPL player regulations, the England and Wales Cricket Board communicated their decision of putting Brooks out of IPL 2025 to the BCCI last week, and the same was further conveyed to the Delhi Capitals. Now viewers, let's tell you what's happening in the world of entertainment with a roundup of the top stories. Female Cuban musicians demonstrated their mastery of the tres at a concert that also coincided with International Women's Day in Cuba. The national instrument of Cuba, the world of the tres, has been traditionally dominated by men, but musicians say women are now increasingly part of the scene and playing in traditional tres ensembles. Slightly smaller than a traditional Spanish guitar, the Cuban tres emerged in the east of the country, and its first references dates back to the end of the 19th century, although some experts also relate it to instruments from medieval Spain. Ben Affleck walked the red carpet for the premiere of his thriller sequel, The Accountant 2, in Austin, Texas, and the star who reprises his role as criminal math whiz Christian Wolff reunites with director Gavin O'Connor. Nearly a decade after their first accountant movie was released, Affleck hailed O'Connor as a trustworthy director.
A director like Gavin who you really trust and believe in and are excited about, it's a gift. It's like I can just do my job and play my part and and shut down the rest of the stuff, and that's the joy as the person who is running the studio making the movie, or as the actor in the movie. If you've got a director you really trust and who you really believe in, it's really the most important thing.
The 6 top-scoring Samba schools from Rio's Carnival returned to the Samba Drome for one final parade in the Brazilian city, showcasing their elaborate costumes and live Samba music. The 6th place Mangueira started the festivities, ending with champions Beija Flor. On Wednesday, judges announced the winning after reading each school's grades in different categories. Vicky Kaushal's starrer Chava has been running successfully in cinema halls after releasing on February 14th. However, on Sunday, its 24th day at the box office, Chava's collection took a big hit due to the Champions Trophy 2025 final between India and New Zealand. While India won the match, the business of Chava declined by over 5 crore rupees when compared to the previous day. Chava is currently the 11th highest grossing Indian movie at the domestic box office. Viewers, that's all we could pack for you in today's edition of Quick Morning. But stay tuned to Republic TV as we get you all the live action from across the nation wherever there is news happening. Stay tuned.